Let us discuss about liver function test. Liver function test. So before going to functions of liver function test, we should know the various functions of liver, various categories of functions of liver. Okay. The topic that we are discussing in this video is liver function test, right? So in order to understand the liver function test, we should know the various functions are the categories of functions of liver. The categories of functions of liver, mainly one is excretory function. Excretory function. Second one is there is synthesis of certain enzymes by liver. These are serum enzymes. Okay, and there are certain substances which undergo metabolism in liver. So these include metabolic capacity, or otherwise we can say metabolic functions. Otherwise, one more is synthetic function. There are certain substances which synthesis in liver. So synthetic functions. Fifth one is detoxification functions. Certain substances they undergo detoxification in liver. So these are the 5 main categories of functions of liver. The first one is excretory function. Let us see the various substances that are excreted by liver. These include bile salts, bile salts, bile pigments, and brome sulfatylene. Brome sulfatylene. Okay, these are the substances that are excreted by liver. Other one is serum enzymes. Let us see what are the serum enzymes that are synthesized in liver. One is transaminase, alkaline phosphatase, alkaline phosphatase. One more is fine nucleotidase, and the last enzyme is gamma glutamyl transpeptidase, Okay, then coming to metabolic capacity. Metabolic capacity here is as this as the galactose and antipyrin, they are metabolized by liver. Their concentration in the serum will come down. Okay, so we'll we'll diagnose metabolic capacity by galactose clearance, and antipyrin clearance. Let us understand these terms. So these two, galactose and antipyrin, they are metabolized in the liver. What is clearance? What is the definition of clearance? Clearance means the amount of substance that is cleared from serum. The amount of substance that is cleared from serum. That means as the galactose and antipyrin are metabolized by liver, this concentration will come down. That means some amount of serum is getting cleared of this galactose and antipyrin due to metabolism in the liver. Okay, that is galactose clearance and antipyrin clearance. One more is synthetic function, means there are certain substances that are synthesized in the liver. They are prothrombin and albumin. These are synthesized in liver and appears in the serum. Okay, this is about synthetic function. One more is detoxification. That is we will measure uric acid levels in the uric acid. Uric acid is formed when benzoic acid is detoxified in the liver. Okay, the uric acid is formed when benzoic acid is metabolized in liver. Uric acid is formed. Hence, we will measure uric acid level. These are the various categories of functions of liver. Now in this video we'll see excretory functions and uh, how they are known in a lab. What are the various things that we measure? The various things that we measure is mainly bile salts we measure, bile pigments we'll measure, and we'll measure sulfur thelin. Okay, let us see excretory function. First one is bile pigment. Will measure bilirubin. Bilirubin. So the normal levels of bilirubin is 0.2 to 1 milligrams per dl. 0.2 to 0.2 to 1 milligrams per dl. This is normal level. In this we'll have both unconjugated and conjugated levels. Unconjugated bilirubin and conjugated bilirubin. In 0.2 to 1 milligrams per dl, the unconjugated level is 0.2 to 0.4 milligrams per dl, whereas this is conjugated level. 0.2 to 0.4, it is conjugated level. Unconjugated level is 0.2 to 0.6 milligrams per dl. Okay, if we consider both conjugated and unconjugated, the level is from 0.2 to 1 milligram per dl. If we consider only unconjugated levels, then if considers only conjugated level, that is 0.2 to 0.4 milligrams per dl. If considered only unconjugated level, the level is from 0.2 to 0.6 milligrams per dl. Okay, remember this is conjugated, this is unconjugated. Okay, there is also one more term that we have to know: icteric index. Icteric index. This usually not used nowadays. What it actually means is, as all of us know, bilirubin, all these are yellow in color, right? So when they are present in blood in excessive amount, they give yellow color to serum. This yellow color will be measured. By looking at this, by looking at the intensity of this yellow color in the serum, we'll assess the amount. We'll assess the icterus. We'll assess the jaundice. But nowadays this is no more used. But this is nowadays used for currently at some parts they are used for rapid diagnosis of neonatal jaundice. For rapid diagnosis of neonatal jaundice. Okay, this is about bilirubin. And one more important test or the reaction that we have to know to measure this bilirubin is Vandenberg reaction. Vandenberg reaction. Vandenberg reaction. This is a part of liver function test. This is used to know the increased levels of bilirubin. To know the increased levels of bilirubin in the blood, in the serum. To know increased levels of bilirubin. That means here this reaction is positive only when the levels of bilirubin is above the normal. Positive only when the bilirubin level is above the normal or increased above the normal value. Okay, let us see how this is done. There is a reagent called Vandenberg reagent. Vandenberg reagent. This is a mixture of equal amount of equal amounts of sulfonilic acid and sodium nitrate and sodium. Okay, Vandenberg reagent, it is a mixture of equal amounts of sulfonilic acid and sodium nitrate. The principle of this test is that conjugated bilirubin it reacts with this sulfonilic acid and forms and gives a purple color the principle is the conjugated bilirubin, it reacts with sulfonilic acid and gives purple color. Let us write it in the paper. Sulfonilic acid, it reacts with bilirubin and gives purple color. Remember, this bilirubin is excess bilirubin. Then one more important advantage of this reaction is we can find which type of bilirubin is increased, whether it is conjugated or unconjugated. Let us see how it is found. First, if we will take serum, right? In this serum, we don't know whether there is increase in conjugated bilirubin or unconjugated bilirubin. Now what we do is we'll add the reagent, that is Vandenberg reagent. If it gives purple color, if it gives purple color within 10 seconds, then it is conjugated bilirubin with purple color within 10 seconds. Then it is not 10 seconds, it is 30 seconds. If you get purple color within 30 seconds, it is then the level is the color that is conjugated bilirubin. Now if you don't get this purple color even within 30 seconds, then what we do is we'll add methanol. Okay, already we have added reagent, but we didn't get the color. Now we added methanol to that. If you get the color within 30 minutes, then the level is due to unconjugated bilirubin. Now what we one more is we got purple color when we add reagent to the serum. We got purple color. Again what we did is we added methanol also. After addition of methanol, the purple color is intensified. It intensified. Then that is due to both conjugated bilirubin and unconjugated bilirubin. That means the serum contains both conjugated and unconjugated bilirubin. Okay, this is how we differentiate how we will come to know the different types of bilirubin. Let us write what I have said on the paper. One is what we did is we took serum, right? To this serum what we did is we added the reagent, that is Vandenberg reagent. So we got the purple color within 30 seconds. Then that is due to conjugated bilirubin. In the second case, what happened is we didn't get purple color even within 30 seconds. That's why what we did is we added methanol. what we did is we added methanol. After addition of methanol, we got purple color within 30 minutes. Remember, it is seconds, whereas it is minutes. Then that is due to unconjugated bilirubin. Unconjugated bilirubin. In the third case, what we did is we got purple color, but after addition of methanol, the color is intensified. That is due to both conjugated and unconjugated. The reason why we are adding methanol is usually this Vandenberg reagent, it reacts with conjugated bilirubin. It reacts with reagent. It reacts with conjugated bilirubin because it is soluble. Conjugated, it is soluble, so it reacts with the reagent. But unconjugated, it is insoluble. It is insoluble. So we added methanol. What this methanol does is it solubilizes this unconjugated bilirubin, and it makes this unconjugated bilirubin to react with the reagent. Okay, this is how the test is done. So as all of us know, conjugated bilirubin, it is increased in obstructive jaundice. It is increased in obstructive jaundice. So when there is increase in conjugated bilirubin, then it is said to be obstructive jaundice. Unconjugated bilirubin is increased in hemolytic anemias or hemolytic jaundice, we can say. Hemolytic jaundice. Both is increased in hepatic jaundice. And one more is this the reaction which appear in which there is purple color within 30 seconds, it is direct positive. Whereas the reaction which appeared in 30 minutes, it is indirect positive. And other which appeared in which the color intensified after addition of methanol, it is biphasic. So when we say biphasic positive, it means it is hepatic jaundice. When the test is indirect positive, it is hemolytic jaundice. When the test is direct positive, it is direct positive. Okay, this is about Vandenberg reaction. Now bilirubin in urine. You see, by conjugated bilirubin it dissolves in urine or water. So only conjugated bilirubin is seen in urine, whereas unconjugated is not seen in urine because it is insoluble. This unconjugated bilirubin in urine can be found by a test called Foucher's test. And last test in secretory function is bromosulfithin test. Bromosulfithin test. Here this bromosulfithin is exclusively excreted by liver. It is exclusively excreted in liver. Usually if you give this bromosulfithin IV, after 45 minutes, if you measure the levels in blood, only less than 5% will be there. Okay, if you measure it in the blood or serum, only less than 5% is seen in normal people. Okay, if you give bromsalthion in normal people, after 45 minutes, if they check the levels of bromsalthion in serum, only less than 5% is seen. So if there is any derangement in liver, then the level of this bromsalthion will be raised. Okay, this is all about secretory functions.